to change shape? What would an other world look like if the world didn't exist as we know it now? What would Octavia do? 2. Goals. Explore technology's dark side. Dark matter wafting between spaces of creation. Crystal ball tellers of originality. Get dirty, get wet, get mixed. We, creation on a potter's wheel planet. Divine reflection made of clay. God, she must have had a dirty mind, like the feel of her fingers coiling life into shape. 3. Is future moving forward? Maybe it moves in reverse, like newborn to ancient ancestor to newborn again, like revolution will begin again, like imagination bending body back to the time is now, coming back around to knock you out. What do you see in your crystal ball constellation? Wicked witch or narcissist in the image pool? Rippling reflection? We be both mad scientists and monsters. We be both science and fiction. We keep fighting this world to create an other, sailing to touch the dark mind of the cosmos, to see ourselves in its identification card and be given permission to live. This is a court record of my testimony and my sentencing. The conviction of the guilty for taking a beauty which by man's law I was told I couldn't have. Like I stole fire from a heaven we didn't deserve. I am delivered up by a betrayer's kiss that chose me, pinned me like to a cross, blessed me in blood, and branded me with a red beastly mark into my chest for submitting to my desire, for satisfying my curiosity, for being like Eve, who wanted to be like God and plucked songs off of freedom's tangled web that now hangs me. By these words, may I be born again and attract the hungry fire of belly that pierces fruit rinds and finds new discovery in something I have folded into myself, hiding in the flaming skin of dragon fruit, in the monstrous fingers of Buddha's hands, in the horned fish koano, in the flowering massive jackfruit body, in the messy bed hair of rambutan, in the bulging eyes and twisted shape of magnolia. The greatest beauty found within a frightening face is what I give to a stranger to reveal myself. A stranger who will want to drink my filling juices, who has eyes to see me as good, see that I've paid the price of entry, see that I wanted dirt, I wanted the ground to open up and dance with all of its faults and mine. Eat my shell, the rain and the sun whole, and raise hell like a rocket ship, elevating my breaking bark into a howl. So, study of Sherese. Did Dawn name me? Did my grandmother? Did cherry trees bow to my image? Did I see my mother's thirst? Was her thirst also mine? Was my name red as blood? Was my name to be like hanging fruit? Was my name to be raised of stems from a pink blossom? Was Washington's reward for truth-telling a diversion from bearing the fruits of my axed skin? Must I learn history, biography, and myth intertwine, the founding of nation and the founding of God as blur between fiction and fact? Must I learn to gain knowledge through made-up tales? Must I learn the foundation of morality or lies? Is it a paradox to invent a story about the inability to lie? Was I meant to be a P.T. Barnum sideshow attraction and raise lie into reality like a magic trick? Why did I wait so long to rediscover the small block of wood carved with the character for cherry blossom and its vessel of red ink? Is the closest translation of my name in Japanese Sakura? When I told them my name means cherries, did I think of its other possible meanings? Did I know the cherry blossom symbolized the beautiful brevity, the preciousness of life? Is that why I have come to the wisdom at this moment to cherish everything because they won't last? Like the way I would when I found those blossoms again blanketing the garden of Louis Latimer's house? Is my name the same as the principle mono noare? Did Eve know that all paradise is transient and not a parking lot? Should I accept my hometown with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot? Trees in a museum? Did you know the origin of my name is Charis, goddess of grace, the root of charity and charisma? Is my blessing to be a blessing, to marry deformity, to marry lack, and see it as a foundation of creativity and beauty, the way Charis did with Hephaestus? How did my Aunt Cindy know the meaning of my name when this was our first meeting? How did my cousin have the meaning of my name as her name? Is my name on the highest branch and I am a slow-eyed thorn sufferer for its reach? Is my name mine or part of some larger scheme? Series of poems inspired by nature, and they're all in different shapes. So this first poem is called Matrimony's Term, and it's in the shape of a tree trunk. So the quote I use is from the group Parliament. They're a 70s funk band, if anybody knows them. So, I'm waiting for the silent boatman to ferry me across the unknown waters. Rings, the first recorder, reminder of a heart beating in the chest. Rings around the rosy, budding, blooming, ashes. Axes rose and revelation fell down. Footing on the ground was the first written word. Strung together, putting it in your pocket, a poesy, a creation, a direction, hiding. Now is clear. Now you can come back still beating. Is that same heart. Other times you take the poesy, putting it around your neck on a string. Let it hang like a fruit, a budding, close to your heart. In it is a book of spells, rings, reminders, footing to stand on, a pestle and mortar, a creation of potions and puddings, no which is cure and which is poison, a gathering of herbs, hiding a secret reminder that your heart could still keep beating, like a doctor's prescription, a choreography of where to place your footing, where to turn and return, where to sing your song, where beating the drum will come, a stringing of inoculations, budding, passing along an immunity, a stability, a standing, a footing, stringing pages, pagans, piece together and putting them into an anthology, a rosary, a bouquet, a reminder, hiding all the revelations of the world, a treasure trunk of medicine, hiding a reminder that your heart could still keep beating, 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 beating.
Fetus, that was a fetus, it was fetus. Oh. The Lacanian imaginary tick, maybe. There is a diversity of outrages in the daily briefings. On evidence, you can see the cookies crumble, the towers tumble. You can call your transgender friends, and they just want to punch the next guy who says something stupid. You know, like a fetus is a person, or a fetus is not a person, or a fetus is not a fetus. But an imaginary tick in Lacanian scholarship. You could say stuff like that, and you would be vulnerable to many assaults to the body, to the spirit, to your use of empirical research. How dare you find science the basis for your conclusions about climate or geology, genealogy, biology, flow charts abandoned and computer files archived or destroyed, the hard copies stuffed in garages, possibly in Virginia or maybe Maryland? Are we not entitled to know where our ideas are stored? The ones that speak to invention or justice or measure the desertification of the Great Southwest? The head bureaucrat claims no knowledge of censorship. The head bureaucrat's a woman. The head bureaucrat claims no knowledge of censorship. Policies change, and really, when you think about it, there are so many ways in which nouns do so little harm, make little mischief, mask a very bad taste in somebody's mouth when culling a list of words whose meanings double, triple, because they no longer are used. Example, and this is my version of bureaucracies. The transgender patient is vulnerable to evidence-based procedures, resulting in a fixed fetal position as a diversity of science-based articles list her disease with the status quo. Blah, blah, blah. Oh no, you cannot ask for mercy in this land, or justice, or love, really. You cannot ask. Little girl happy at La Casita. See her compose her dance as the band launches a Ibero tune from Old San Juan. Watch her smile rise and her little legs loop before the stage's apron. She's the grace note, the sweet dream of Manny Vega's phantasmagorical temple to community. The laughter, the dominoes, the courting couples, the elders resting, the garden fertile with peppers, squash, and bitter greens from around the globe. Thank you.
I went into language and action. I made him read the first 2 paragraphs out loud. This moves me, he said. And literally, as in a movie, that cloud, that presence lifted. I saw it clear. There was light. In 1 hour, he looked like an entirely different person. I've worked with people, the ones that they say in gospel that the doctors gave up on. I remember a boy who came to me once in class. He was from the hood. I guess his eyelids were heavy and weren't open. He handed me in an assignment in pencil. I won't accept this, I said. And of course a fight ensued, but I'm glad my instinct told me to challenge him. I saw him start to care. His appearance and everything changed. He always came to hug me in the hallway and he said, "Professor Sneed." This happened over and over. And just like Harriet, only the reward was to see a free soul. I'm writing this today because it seems that I have received my greatest mission, the most treacherous and difficult, the most insane, something like out of the films Mission Impossible before Tom Cruise got really creepy. And this is your mission, should you choose to accept it. And the mission stated to me that I must rescue myself. It's me who needs the mop and the pail and to scrub clean the dark walls, to remove that presence in my own life. It's me who needs the patience and the love, the day-to-day work. It was a literary agent who said to me after reading my memoir, "You have given so much, but the person most in need is you." And so the challenge now is to give up lifelong patterns and to turn on the lights in my own life. Story. How many times I peer outside of the box to see that there's a new story, possibly a new beginning, freedom. But I'm trapped in my own story and I'm not sure I can cross the simple line or hang out that long in my new life or the unknown or live in a story that's unwritten, being made up as we speak. And then I think of slaves and I'm really at that moment of emancipation and not being tethered to the old or the concrete, not being bound to anything. And then I turn back towards slavery. It's harder than you think to leave, to start anew, and to meet new folks on your journey. And then I'm mad because I'm someone lots of people make up stories about. I see it in their eyes when they're talking to me. And it's a story, but rarely is it ever my story. It's their stories. And I can say most of the time it's always wrong. And there are big gaping flaws and it's inaccurate. And they are enraged at me for the story that they told themselves about me. And I see them kicking and punching at the ghost that they've created, the monster in their story. And it's my dream. If this were a movie or a music video, something, one day I'll get a speaking part. One day I'll be able to participate in my own story, or the one that's told about me. One day I'll have a conversation, or someone will stop to have a conversation with me, not the person that they've made, but the person that I am. And I'll get to live outside of the box. And all those untold stories in me, all those bruises, all those suppressions, the lack of being able to participate have landed in my belly and turned to rot. And it's always so small and confining, and I can't get away because it's their story, and it's like a noose around my neck, my feet dangling in air. I'm liking some of what the preachers these days say. One in particular where they posit the possibility of a new world, one lived in spirit, not living in the constant matrix of fear, doubt, lack, limitation, not enoughness, like a ping pong going back and forth, greed, envy, our daily bread. And I don't want to leave you here, so I am creating a new mantra for myself. Say it with me. I am going to write a new story. I am going to write a new story. Thank you.
And your name shall be called Jazz. Sold to the highest bidder. Smooth proprietary pimps make you holler. Kenny G make you holler. Crawl, forge your name in curly fonts. Mommy, who's Billie Holiday? Mommy, what music is that? Mommy, hello, today for Jazz Band, we're gonna play this song. Who is the writer? What is the original song? Play it in a Starbucks. Mommy, who's Billie Holiday? Mommy, who's Etta James? Mommy, who's Nina Simone? Sold to the high.